Do you think you really know your spouse? Do you know if he or she is happy? Do you think you can spot if he or she is lying? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you might be interested in the following interview with renowned deception researcher Professor Steve McCornack. But be warned, as with many interviews on this channel, we are challenging your assumptions, and as a result you may want to let go of some of your most dearly held beliefs. If you can live with that, you're in for a treat. But before we get ahead of ourselves, consider this. It is a well-established fact in social science that people often want the greatest outcome with the least effort, and that is especially true in regards to cognitive effort. This makes sense from an evolutionary perspective too, since cognitive attention, after time, is our second most precious commodity in life. If, in evolutionary terms, useful behavior patterns were performed frequently, they became easier and easier to perform, and over time they became mental shortcuts. There's a physical, neuroscientific explanation for this fact, but that's a discussion for another day. Instead, what interests us today is the degree to which we operate on these mental shortcuts, because empirical evidence tells us that we make most decisions based on simple, pre-programmed decision rules which operate completely outside of our conscious awareness. But what has all of this to do with deception and intimate relationships? Well, one of these heuristics, one of these mental shortcuts that I have been talking about, is called the truth bias, and it was Stephen, following his discovery, who coined that name. Truth bias simply means that each time we hear a message from someone else or from the media, we don't interpret this message neutrally. Instead, more often than not, we interpret it as true. There's an evolutionary adaptive logic to the idea that incoming sensory input through ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and body is valid unless demonstrated otherwise, which makes this cognitive bias exceptionally potent and effective. Having inherited an evolutionary adaptation that prevents us from recognizing the truth, even if deception stares us directly into the face, explains our poor performance when it comes to deception detection. In case you don't know it yet, your chances of spotting a lie is about the same as flipping a coin, no matter how sophisticated you think you are, and that's true for laypeople and most professionals from law enforcement. When it comes to intimate relationships, it gets even more complicated. Most of us believe that the cornerstone of an intimate relationship is to understand the partner's thoughts and feelings, and that we know what's going on in each other's heads. But this belief is an illusion. Research clearly shows that we don't know what's going on in each other's heads because of the overwhelming tendency to project our own views onto others. We don't know what's going on in other people's minds, we only think we do. Add to this the fact that the longer we are together with somebody, the better we believe we know that person, and you understand why spouses think that they know each other and why they think that they believe and feel the same things. Still not convinced? There is a way for you to find out how well you know your own spouse, but that's only for the courageous ones amongst us. Scientists studied romantic couples and questioned them on 10 key issues of conflict in relationships. The participants recorded their own feelings about each issue, they recorded what they thought their partner thought about each issue, and they rated how happy they are in their relationship. You can do exactly the same. If you stick around, after the interview, you and your spouse can do this test for yourselves, if you so desire. I will provide you with the 10 questions and explain how to use them. And in case you wonder which couples were the happiest ones, also this will be revealed after the interview. For now, let's just say that the happiest couples were not the ones that were most accurate about each other's thoughts and feelings in the test. And now enjoy the interview.